Ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. Get on funk in the house. Gotta keep moving. Are you ready to get down? Kick the funk, let it rock. Come on, bounce with the rhythm, bounce with the rhythm. 1, 2, what's that sound? Short shot, rock your body, drop it out. Come on, kick the funk, let it rock. Come on, bounce with the rhythm, bounce with the rhythm. 1, 2, what's that sound? Short shot. Bring the funk back. People in the back, come on, turn the party out. People in the front, keep moving. Boom. Shake the room. People in the back, come on, turn the party out. People in the front, keep moving. Boom. Now what's that sound? Come on, bounce with the rhythm, bounce with the rhythm, bounce with the rhythm. What's that sound? Come on, bounce with the rhythm, bounce with the rhythm, bounce with the rhythm. Kick the funk, come on. Rock to the ghetto funk. I said rock to the ghetto funk, rock to the rhythm, rock to the rhythm, rock to the ghetto funk. Kick the funk, let it rock, come on. Kick the funk, let it rock. Gotta get rock to the ghetto funk. Rock to the ghetto funk. Rock to the ghetto funk. Rock to the rhythm. Rock to the ghetto funk. Kick the funk. Let it rock. Come on, bounce with the rhythm. Bounce with the rhythm. Bounce with the rhythm. What's that sound? Come on, bounce with the rhythm. Bounce with the rhythm. Bounce with the rhythm. Kick the funk. Come on. Rock to the rhythm, rock to the ghetto funk. Kick the Come on. Kick the funk. Rock to the ghetto funk. Kick the funk, come on. Kick the funk.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to the greatest show on earth!
Phase 2.
Oi.
What is
happening?
What is happening?
Oh, kids. Fucking Kick the Funk will be released very soon.
Yes,
Yeah.
at long last.
It's over a year old, like.
Yeah,
And it was sitting on the shelf for quite a while, and we were like,
like a lot of things.
oh, fuck, tell me about it. So
But,
much music sitting there.
When's it coming out?
Don't know yet.
Soon.
But it's soon, like,
Yeah.
sure, we'll get the artwork and all that. And it's definitely our hardest track we've ever produced, like.
I think it's most technical track as well with some of the things that's happened.
All them bass fucking pitching and all, mate.
Yeah.
It was really, really technical.
So technical that we've lost half the project file and couldn't be going back to fix it.
I know whenever I changed the studio Studio Mac, it like a lot of stuff was not audio units in the way, the way Mac fuck about that Catalina and all it was. So we fucking couldn't get half the shit back, so we're just like, because there was a couple of things we wanted to change.
Is that update still not done for Catalina? to like work with stuff?
I know way ahead of that now. Like it was the virus, isn't like virus TI is done. They have stopped updating their product for Mac, so
Right.
the virus only works on the
Old Macs?
on the old Macs from Mojiv down, which obviously Macs don't work on that anymore. So that's why I had to get the virus emulator, and even that makes a head fuck. But the virus TI
Yeah.
basically on a Mac is done. Your man who makes the virus, which is probably one of the best hardware
Yeah.
synths ever, like. Now, don't get me wrong, Serum is just basically a virus now, so like you're not kicking the arse off. You can get the super sols.
It was the melt and the hassle of
It was-
having to record
it was a pain in the
stuff and
arse.
do this and do that and do the other.
But it was fun because you
Yeah.
got the twist knobs and you got the record. Like, no, I mean, and back whenever we bought the virus, like you couldn't get a synth, you couldn't get them super sols away, but now you can.
If you're
Mate.
just looking to have fun twisting knobs, means you can just do that watching porn.
But so the virus TI, the guy that owns it, he also makes like amps and like distortions and all, no,
Right,
for
okay.
fucking guitars, and he's just focusing on that. And it made like all the hardstyle producers and trance producers are begging them, just make the software open source,
Yeah.
open it up, and we'll fucking do it. We'll make it the updates yourselves.
Yeah.
Cunt won't do it. See if you email them. I emailed them loads because remember I was working one day and here we were making a tune and we wrote the tune, had the synths and all sitting, and then I updated the
computer.
iMac, and then next minute it wasn't working.
Nothing.
Me and Dave were scratching our head going, what the fuck? Went on to Google and the fucking a £1,500 synth is now a fucking ornament.
I forgot about that.
Clip that and put that on TikTok. Fuck you, Access.
I'm sure somebody else can get
No,
that.
there's a virus emulator and I've got it, but again, it's
not
just
the same.
It's not the same. It's too much hassle as well. And mate, you can run it via into the MIDI keyboard and run it through that way.
Yeah.
But again, you can just open Serum and you can just get a fucking super saw that way.
Yeah.
It's easier. Like
It is. It's a lot handier
lot
just doing
handier.
that there, especially in this modern world that we live in, where everything has to be accessible, quick.
I do miss it. Like I do miss the fucking about it. I do miss pulling the hair out using it. But like, don't get me wrong. Like some of the synths we have were amazing. Like that's the
Yeah.
only thing I miss. All the fucking patches that we made.
Yeah,
that
the
were
patches and the sounds that are there. Yeah,
Fuck's sake.
but again, it can be easily emulated.
Man, that's it.
I wanted to give you a bit of praise and credit for something that you've said from the start of this podcast. That if you get look at you, you're like, what? What did I say? What if I done like wee dog wagging your tail? Was it if you get past episode 20, then because you've got into this cycle, you will continue and your podcast
Yeah.
will become somewhat of a success. Well, Meghan Markle got to 12, and she got pulled off for being fucking shite. So there you go. It doesn't matter how big you are.
The stat was most. It was 90% of the people that started podcasts never got past episode 3, and it was like 30% or 60% maybe it was the people that get the episode 20. Always then it becomes somewhat of a success. Like
Yeah.
you will make money and you will
Yeah.
do all right. But again, I mean, when the fucking Rogans is 12 years old or something.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean? Like fucking 12. That's a 12-year jump on us cabbages.
There's accusations supposedly that she did an interview some of the guests on her show and got people to go and interview the people, and then just
She asked
dubbed
the-
her
oh,
voiceover
fucking
whenever.
hell.
So the guest would have been answering the question, but she's just dubbed her voice in.
That seems like a
And
way,
the way it's
harder.
cut.
Yeah, I know
But
what
it's
you mean.
because she's busy. But again, is it true or not? I don't know. But she's not getting 20 million from Spotify anymore
Why is she busy? Sure, she wants her privacy.
because
We
they're,
want our privacy.
they're building their empire. The South Park episode's so funny.
That is it's so fucking funny. Mate, it was everywhere for about 2 weeks whenever it was aired.
Everything's turning on them now, though, which is good to see. Not good to see.
Mate, you're
'cause
fucking
it's
going
terrible,
against the
but
greatest empire that's ever existed.
What, Meghan and Harry?
They're going against the greatest empire that's ever existed. The British Empire was the greatest
Oh no,
empire.
like the Yanks and all
And
want
exactly.
them out.
Mate, they're just part of our colony.
Sure, have you not seen that they've blocked his visa request now? It was like put up in court for Freedom of Information Act because he came out in his book and said that he took drugs, and if you take drugs, you can't be an American citizen. So they wanna
even though
see
they're all
his-
legal in America now,
Yeah.
nearly for fuck's sake.
But if he's lied on his visa application, that's what the problem is. If he
yes.
said no, I've never taken drugs, and then has sold a book and said yes, I have taken drugs quite a lot, then he should be deported from the country. But now So,
so
somewhere along the line, they've blocked this now to say no, you're not allowed to see his visa application because of the fact that
Yeah.
it's him, which means
That's
that yeah,
shit.
he probably has lied on it, and now they're covering up for him because it's good for their economy.
But
to
you
have him
mate, see if you do not think Rishi Sunak and all Emmons are in backroom dealings going, yo, Joe Biden, make their life hard. Not saying fuck them out, just, mum, make it hard.
Nah.
Do you know what I mean? There's definitely something going on.
Joe Biden can't remember how to walk.
They're not
I
telling
think
him,
he's
they're
got
telling
bigger.
his aides.
I think he's bigger things to fucking worry about than Harry.
Harry?
I don't know.
Harry,
Harry.
I'm here. Home Alone. Harry, I'm in.
I was wondering why it seemed familiar. More flashbacks.
What is it? Harry, I'm coming. And then he gets hit with an iron or something. But I know somewhere about there, like all the bureaucracy in Washington, there's someone going to make their life hard.
Yeah.
And I do think most of the Americans after it all have went, because she is fake, like.
Oh,
See
yeah.
your woman Meghan Markle, like she is so fake.
But that's it. You can't ask for privacy and then go on Oprah and do this whole telltale story and then say, but we don't want anybody to
And
come
they've
into
done
our
a
life.
fucking like a 4-part series on Netflix following
Yeah.
them about, saying that the royal family were racist. And all.
Did you watch it?
I watched the first episode. Like
It was
I was bored.
Grim as fuck, man.
I watched it, but it was like the last thing I remember was they were with her ma or something, and where she used to live, and they
Aye.
were showing pictures and
I
all.
can't even really remember what happened.
Aye,
in it.
it was shite.
It was something that I had on in the background when I was working, just to see if it was all fucking like, whether the media were making it out as if it was that shit or whether it was actually informative. It's like, yous are just a bunch of attention seekers.
Mate, the fucking British Empire was the one that ended slavery hundreds of years before the fucking Americans done it.
Well, no, Abraham Lincoln ended slavery. In
No,
America,
no,
like.
no. The British, Google this. British ended it way before that in the Caribbean trade.
But the American slave trade was ended by Abe Lincoln.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But, I mean, the British Empire stopped it long before them, and so you weren't allowed to trade people.
Aye.
And all way before that there. And, like, I mean, to come off of that shit now, like, it just doesn't make sense. Like,
What's
Britain
gonna-
is one of the most multicultural places in the fucking world.
Aye, but the royal family are Nazis.
That I can get behind, like.
True.
Aye. There's pictures of them doing fucking
Maybe they're
Nazi
not
salutes and all.
practicing Nazis, do you know what I mean? But
They're German.
they've come from a lineage of... You
Yeah.
can't tar and feather somebody for their forefathers'
the
behaviours.
Nazis came from their lineage. Do you know what I mean? Sure, World War One was like the king of fucking the Tsar of Russia was the cousin of King George.
Did you not see that India have asked for their diamond back? Like,
No.
it's the crown jewel in the crown jewels.
Right.
It's one of these diamonds that they got back in the colonial times.
Yeah,
And India have demanded reparation of this now and saying, look, everybody else is giving stuff back. You came in and destroyed our country. See that massive diamond at the front of your crown?
I would say
Let's see
the
if we can
fucking
picture it.
they improved India. Like, see, one thing the British Empire done was they went in and they just sort of let everyone get on with it and watched over it and then give a tax. Do you know what I mean? They didn't go in like try and fucking take over. They just went in and run everything.
Yeah.
You can still be Hindu, you can still do whatever you're doing, blah blah.
So there it is. There.
My Britishness coming out here, aren't they?
105 carat diamond worth 591 million on the front of the crown. Like, look at the size of that thing. Share this screen.
They're going to have to invade us to get that back.
Well, no, this is what they were trying to do. Like, they were saying, well, like since it's the coronation and it's changing over to the new king, do you not think he just give us our ball back? And he's like, nah, mate, it's part of my garden now, and that's. But this could obviously be a political thing and all that
Aye,
shit
because,
that they refuse to do it. And the
India's
guys are
a
still,
growing superpower. Like.
especially now with Britain being accused of being massively racist and all that there, and then Holland coming out and apologising for all their bad shit that they did. It's kind of like, right, come on now, what he's going to do?
I know, but like, fuck's sake, the British Empire, like, if you go to any corner of the world to speak the language of this little island, do you know what I mean?
Ireland? No, they don't speak Irish. They don't even speak Irish on this little island anymore.
Exactly, because of the British Empire.
I was watching a fascinating documentary the other day as well about
Just to be clear, I hate all this here. You have to apologise what happened 200 years ago. Like,
oh no, I
it's a
completely
load of
agree.
bollocks, like.
What happened 200 years ago you learn from. That's why we are the way we are in an inclusive society today. But you don't need to persecute people and like tear down fucking statues. Yes, these people are being remembered for they may have done bad things, but they have also done good things.
Make the bad things clear to the people you're educating.
It's like Disney putting a warning on Jungle Book. Oh, well, we don't really want to get rid of this film, but we kind of were a wee bit racist. But we've learned from our mistakes, and we'll not do it again. Sorry. Like I do agree with you.
Do that,
people need to get off.
Explain that the times have moved on. This was created in a different time, and then bingo, away you go. Like you don't have to apologise for something that you're great grand fucking done.
No. You can't be apologising for what's happened.
Yeah.
Yes, you can sort of say, you can acknowledge that it was bad, but you can't be held accountable for something that happened
like see some of the stuff
200 years ago.
That the British done in fucking Ireland was awful. Like,
but it's kind of it's a catch-22. So yes, it was all bad, but some of the shit that these bad people did with the help of a slave force furthered our civilization massively tenfold.
Well, that's it. Someone was going to do it, whether it was the British Empire or the Russian Empire or whatever. Someone was going to do it. It just so happened at that time Britain created the best navy. Like, as I'm saying, see, whenever they went in to take over places, they didn't even really need to go aboard. They just blockaded the place. Because they had the best navy in the world, and they just blockaded, and they were like, okay, we'll come in, we'll take control, you do exactly what you're doing,
but
make sure you pay the king,
you're just ours now,
and that was it. So like there was worse imperialists than the British, like
Vlad the Impaler. He was pretty
he
was a pretty imperialist.
He popped up my TikTok, mate. There's one, it's like an AI generated image of people from the past,
right,
and the talk. And it's actually cool, but it tells you, like, it's maybe 2 minutes long, and it tells you the full story. And he popped up. He was about, like, his brother. He went to Transylvania because his brother or something threw him out.
Aye.
And that's where he done all that. And then he came back and then was killed or something. It was mad, like.
He was a mad.
Because I never knew him. I would have.
He never knew. I would like to think he didn't know him.
No, but I never even knew of him. I probably would have scrolled past that video when he mentioned it on here before.
See, I didn't realise that I'd done something called micro-learning. Didn't realise this was a thing. I imagine this is some 2020 bullshit. But it's instead of watching mind-boring TV and drivel at night or at intervals, I watch programs that further my learning and education of random subjects and topics to help my brain grow. But I didn't view it as that. I was like, no, I'm interested in watching real life things and learning about the ancient past. And
that's what I do, mate. I fucking sit on
so
YouTube.
Micro learning now. I'm a micro learner,
mate. YouTube or TikTok, like as I say, my algorithms, all things like that. It's like fucking war, what's happening in the world. Vlad the Impaler shit.
You'd be sort of proud of me, mate. I turned around to Nicole last week and was like, do you know what? I'm going to start watching this TikTok because I need to see what the crack is. I need to get involved in TikTok a bit more. And I told her that last week. And do you know how much TikTok I've watched since then?
Zero.
None.
See, this is the thing. Like, see, for what we need to do on the music front, my TikTok doesn't show me that shit.
That's because you're too busy watching stuff
unrelated.
Music.
My algo gets you in. And, mate, I hate it when you're flicking down and you stop and you watch something for, like, a minute. And you're like, all right. And then you're like, it just keeps showing you that shit.
And then that's you.
Heller done it. Heller sat and watched 2 or 3 videos. I don't even know if it was on TikTok. It was on one of them anyway, whether it was Facebook Reels or whatever, of Jack Grealish being blocked.
Aye.
Mate. For the next day, all it was showing her was Jack Grealish scoring goals and Man City goals and all. It's like, what the fuck?
See, that could be like the new frapping. Do you remember when frapping used to be a thing?
Oh, it was great.
For all you young kids out there, frapping was whenever you got a hold of somebody's Facebook and you put stuff up on it and thought you were mad. But like, you could go in and mess with people's algorithms now. And just go in and start watching really random stuff. Do you know what I always wanted to do? And I've done some really, really harsh thing on people's Facebook.
What's happening, Candy? Good to have you in. She normally forgets. She keeps asking the times and the Phasey X pages.
Yes.
So it's good to have you with us.
I forgot what I said now.
You too, Louise. She's always there.
You always interrupt me to do this whenever I'm in the middle of a story, and then I lose my trail of thought.
I have more interesting stories than what you were saying. It must have been that interesting. Oh, frapping. Facebook raping.
Yes, I've always
Mate, the
done
the
bad
best
shit.
one was just by the way, I'm gay. And you're like,
I-
come on, be original.
I done that though on someone, right? But it was someone who I suspected was gay, and I done it with one of our mates. Now, just for clarity, they are definitely not gay. I've now found that out.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was convinced that they were gay. So I put it up on the Facebook, and instead of people thinking, haha, good one, people were walking down the Castlereagh Road being like, I'm so glad you finally came out, mate. I'm so happy for you. I was like, yes. But the one thing I always wanted to do but could never
Mate, I
actually
have a really, really good gaydar, like.
See on porn, right? You've got a share button. You can share it to TikTok and share it to Facebook
Aye,
and all. Why?
They pull it down
who's
right away.
Who's sitting having a wank and going, do you know what? I think I need to let my family and friends know how good this fucking was. Like, guys, check out what I just done this afternoon. But I always thought if you could go onto somebody's Facebook and share some really fucked up stuff.
They pull it right away.
Do they?
Because I've tried to even write.
But I couldn't.
See people asking stupid questions on Facebook. Or like, where can you do this? And I would try to write before Pornhub.com. Just pull it right away.
Right, okay.
They don't even let you post it. But mate, no, I have a really, really good gaydar. Like, I just know whenever people are gay. Like,
Well, you haven't sussed me out yet.
well, no, I mean, whenever people are enthusiastically sucking my dick, I can just tell. Like,
Like, oh, Jesus, you're not Heather. Fuck.
you are pretty
Goddamn
good.
diabetes. I was watching a good documentary as well, speaking about fucking superpowers. It was called The Countdown to Disclosure, and it was a documentary based on the American government now coming out and acknowledging that there is things flying about in the airspace.
Did you see your man come out?
Who?
This pilot come out and done the Google that. It was only last week. It was actually a couple of days after we talked about it. This guy works in the Air Force come out and he's a whistleblower, saying that they have crafts and they have aliens and all. But the only thing is, he was doing a news interview. Whenever I watched it, he keeps saying, and I was, he told me this, he told me that. Right, whistleblower.
1st of June.
Whistleblower, right. It was only a couple of weeks ago, mate, and I don't know, mate, it doesn't seem real to me, like.
What I was going to say there, sorry, was the documentary actually raised some very valid points, and this was all people who have come out now that are whistleblowers and have worked for the government. They were high up in the military and all this here.
Yeah.
And what to summarise the 2-hour documentary was 95. You have to watch the wording and what's coming out in all these reports from NASA. So what they've said is they're not interested in investigating man-made, unidentified aerial phenomenon. Right?
Yeah.
So the first question to that is, how can you differentiate the difference between what's man-made and what's not man-made? Because you don't know what the fuck they are. So
Yeah.
it's weird wording, right? And we things like that there, but the reason for this is because 95% of the things are like the things that can move that we've no idea of how they move are the American government's projects, but they're above, top secret that no one knows about. However, the conundrum with this is, if they were to release this now and say, yes, these aren't
Then
aliens.
Russia knows and
No,
fucking
not
China
that,
knows
that's what
it.
I thought it was going to be. No. The bigger problem for this is that it means that the American, someone, secret fucking base F somewhere, has had jet propulsion systems that don't need rockets. So all this wasted fuel and damage to the environment over the last 70 years didn't need to be done.
Yeah.
All the astronauts who died experimenting in rockets didn't need to die. The energy that they have to do all this would mean that all the energy and fuel that we've wasted in cars and all that there shit didn't need to happen. But if they release this and say, yeah, it is actually us, then it means that they've lied for the last 70 years. And it would then cause a public outcry because it's not national security, it's just national, we've lied straight up to your faces. I was like, do you know what? That actually makes a lot of fucking sense.
Hey, just play a wee bit of this. It's on for 11 minutes or something like that.
Bombshell claims from a military whistleblower. UFO wreckage recovered by the U.S. kept classified by a secret government program for decades.
She nods an awful
Tonight, a
lot.
world television exclusive you will only see on News Nation. Welcome
Imagine
to
that
Elizabeth
nose going up
Carter's
yours.
Reports, earning your trust every night.
Licking your balls from underneath and fucking your hole at the same time.
Whilst reporting about UFOs.
UFOs resist.
Indeed of non-human origin.
It would keep your arse that
Those
far
are
away
the
from her mouth.
explosive
Anyway.
allegations from a former intelligence officer tonight in
I've
a
seen these.
whistleblower
There's you,
complaint
but
that the inspector
maybe
general is taking
fast forward a wee
very
bit.
seriously. 36-year-old
Over the last couple of years, it sort of became mainstream to discuss UFOs. The government
This guy.
recent years.
Oh, fucking
fuck 'em.
YouTube
I just signed a group 6
bastards.
belt because there was 3 things that I hated about
We should
it.
probably just pay for YouTube Premium.
Fuck them.
Official
They make
US
enough money, they don't need adverts.
Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force.
I would
Recently
go forward a
renamed
bit.
the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or
That's your man,
access to a broad crash retrieval program.
When you say crash retrieval,
he is an army guy, like he has all
These
the
are
potentials and all. He's a
retrieving
fucking.
non-human
But that's
origin,
things that have come out in this
technical vehicles,
UAP thing.
Call
that
it spacecraft, if
the,
you
the way the
will,
wording is,
non-human,
America have the right
exotic
to
origin
remove
vehicles that
craft
either landed
or
crashed.
material
We
from
have
crash sites. Like, why
spacecraft
would you say that if
from
If there is
that
none,
happened?
yeah.
We do.
There's a lot of stuff that's been worded,
many?
and you're like, right, okay.
Quite a number.
you're kidding.
No. I thought it was totally nuts, and I thought at first I was being deceived. It was a ruse. People started confiding in me. They approached me. I have plenty of current.
Watch it
former
after,
senior
everyone. Go and
intelligence
watch it
gave what he
after,
calls the
whenever.
classified proof
Because
to
it does
Congress.
go on a bit.
See, flip it over there. See how, like, if I was Bob Lazar right now, would you not be fucking loving life?
It's not gay if it's in a 3-way. I like that.
If it's 3 fellas or 3 girls, it's still gay.
Right enough. I was.
I seen a shirt. I seen a thing on Facebook. They were selling a shirt on Amazon talking about gender fluidity, and there's like, gender's like a liquid or whatever, and there's not 2 whatever. I can't remember what the wording on the shirt was, but then underneath it said, "Do you want to buy male or female?"
Mate, I seen one. It was a girl was talking, and she was like, no, it was a fella and a girl, and she was like trying to go with a girl and the fella together. She's trying to get them both to come home with her, and the girl was like, no, I'm straight, and she says, I sew spaghetti until it gets wet. I was like, fucking yes, because women, once they're dripping, they can't be trusted no matter who it is.
It was a
So funny,
it was a
mate.
sadness that I read, and I can't, and not that I buy into the premise, but I can understand where they're coming from. So his main thesis is that gayness isn't really a thing, but all women are born gay. And the reason that he says this is, even if you're not gay as a woman or you're not attracted to women,
Yeah.
you would find you would kiss your friends a lot. Like girls
Yeah,
would kiss each other
feminine.
when they're drunk, like, and they would be happy to open and experiment them when they're like, oh, I had a wee bit drunk and I just thought they would do this. Like, you've never seen 2 fellas after a crate of beer going, mate,
No.
do you want to give each other a
Aye,
wank and
big
see what it
snog.
sounds like?
But that's it, mate. You know
So
what I
it's
mean?
in-
You're
it's-
spaghetti straight until it gets wet. It's so true.
Is that the name of this week's show? Is it?
No, the big announcement is the name. But fucking, it's mad, mate. Did you see the thing? Do you ever see the SAS, or not even? It was like the MI5 and all back then. The SEO, I think they called them back in World War II. They done a report saying that Hitler is like 50% male, 50% female.
Right.
That they think that he would. I mean, he's very feminine and all. So what they tried to do was they tried to poison his fruit that was going in. They got the farmer that was making the
I've
fruit,
seen that.
poison it with like what do you call
Estrogen?
the estrogen and
Yeah.
all. They were like, because then that means his voice is going to get pitchy and his moustache is going to fall out and everyone's going to laugh at him. So mate, they were obviously, I don't know whether they've done or not, but they paid your man to give him all stuff and he was meant to inject it into the fruit and send it to
Aye.
the eagle's nest. But I mean, I can just picture all them, like all these men, like running about the eagle's
So-
nest. Oh God, it was be so funny, mate. Like what the fuck?
Maybe that he wasn't actually doing that. He's going, hiya.
It's just the video
Hiya,
footage.
it's-
It's so funny, mate. But they actually tried to do this. Like the British government sanctioned this. Right, get the estrogen into his fruit.
It is so daft, like when you
Funny
think
that
about
is that why they call it fruit as well? 'Cause we're giving-
it. Creepy.
I know, mate. There's so many mob ones.
Imagine, like, you are sitting round a war table. It's again, it's one of these things that chain of command signed off on this. You are sitting in a war room in the middle of the war. It's like, oh, we'll bomb here. We'll bomb here. Will we turn Hitler into a feminine person? That's the one. Dead.
It's so funny, mate, that they actually done it. And then the
Hitler coming out in a wee blouse now, being like, "Hello, German.
and
Today we will get the British, and then we will have tequila." What a fucking daft idea.
I know, mate. And like, do you know how much estrogen you'd have to put in the bananas and shit for him to get there to work? Like, you would need to literally hold them down.
I'm more curious where they got it. Like, during the war, there was a shortage of fucking everything, but there wasn't a shortage of estrogen. Everybody else there was, because it was all being pumped into Hitler.
They were pumping fucking testosterone into all the men, that's why.
Aye, but that was, sure, was it not Hitler was all wired up and fucking speed and adrenaline and all sorts of cocktail
There's a
shit.
story of he went to talk to Mussolini.
Aye,
Mussolini was going to say, listen, I'm out of the war here. And Hitler went in on meth and fucking
just talked to him
and
for like
everything.
4 hours.
5 hours. Mussolini couldn't say anything. And then Mussolini was like, no sweat. And walked out and was like, I'm still in the war.
He's like, look, I'll just agree if you just fuck up. Just stop talking.
I wonder if he had the estrogen in him at that stage.
I remember we were out one night. And like, I've never really, before or after this, encountered speed. But one of our party decided they wanted speed. And no one else wanted this. So they thought, right, well, I'll just take it myself. And my God, I really don't understand why people would want to take that.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't buzzing or nothing, but he just wouldn't shut the fuck up.
That's it. It's not, you're just awake. It's like modafinil and that.
But mate, we were like, we were wiped out now, but he decided to take speed. And we just stopped talking to him. And like, so like, say there was 4 of us. The 3 of us who didn't take the speed were all just sitting, chatting, having a good time. And the speedy fellow,
such and such,
was still talking about the shit. Like, he was talking to us about all this shit, aware that we were talking, and he just didn't give a fuck that we weren't paying attention to him. And he sat for 7 hours just going.
And I
fucking breathe.
Mate, I remember getting speed balls. They were like wee tablets, but they were very small.
Right.
Mate, we hear this too. So I'll go back, right? So we got all these speed balls, right?
Rewind.
And I was taking, I was maybe 18, and I was smoking a lot of weed at the time too. So I was taking these speed balls, like taking 6 and 7 at a time. No, I was awake for ages. And then a girl that Heather knew says, can you get us some weed? And we were like, aye. So we went up to Ballysun to get the weed. She bought the weed. Like, she bought loads of it, a couple £100 worth of weed, like.
Right.
And she stopped the car. Do you know, see at Ardown where I used to live in Glenburn? Do you know the way the cameras at the top were no man's land? There's a camera. Yeah. There's a camera there, so that if any rats start, the police are well aware. They're there quickly.
Yeah.
She parked right in front of the camera, and I said there, "You shouldn't park here." Like, I said, "There's a camera right there."
Just gonna,
and she was like,
get some weed.
And she was like, "It's all right. Here's me, no problem." So she rolled a joint. Next minute, we drove down the road, Crumlin Road. Police pulled us in, and I had hundreds of these fucking speedballs in my pocket. Mate. So I pulled us over, and the peeler put this hand in my pocket. I went, "What are they?" And I went, "Oh, diazepam. I'm on them because the doctor gave me them." And he lifted them out, and looked at and he went to his mate. No, what they looked like wee mints. He looked at his. He looked at
whenever Polo sold like
but
the
they were
middle
wee
bit.
tiny fucking. Yes.
Do you remember that? Whenever
that's
they fucking
exactly
sold
what
the
they
middle
looked
bits of the Polos.
And the policeman went. They got dirty. The other cop. He took all the weed off her, hundreds of pounds worth she had for 5 minutes. She got to smoke half a joint. Now I told her. She tried to get them. She was trying to get me to pay and all. I was like, I told you not to fucking sit there. And your mom, but the
like that's shitting on me.
Hundreds of these speedballs, mate. I was talking to Peter like, oh, and he went. They got there. He says, "They're diazepam." The other Peter looked at him and went, aye. And he put them back in my pocket, just left me. Didn't even take them off me. Because what I'm thinking is he, in his head, knew what diazepam looked like because they were yellow or blue.
Aye.
And I was going to try and play the card, I'm in the hospital all the time.
Aye.
That's why I said that. So
your diabetes card.
I didn't want to know. But mate, see, he looked at them and looked at me. He's like, "You're a dickhead. You're buying fucking mints." And I was like, "Fucking."
He's like, this comes
So
straight
he ended up. He let me off. He didn't even bother me. Took all the weed off her, popped it all up in the bag, took her name and all that there, and sent us on our way.
Fucking right.
But like, no, I mean, if they had took them and tested them.
Oh, you were fucked.
I were fucked. Like,
I seen this video the other day, mate, and do you know what? This is something I would aspire to in life. It's such a small little thing, but again, it's like partying moments, right? So this guy is a frat guy from America, right? And
fucking knob.
They had a reunion for the frat house, right?
Yeah.
But whenever he was at the college, they did up the frat house, and he hid a beer in the wall. So he went back. He went back 18 years later to see if the beer's still there, because this is here.
That's criminal damage.
It's their frat house, mate. They can do what they want.
Oh man, if it's not in there, I'm gonna feel like an idiot. Oh man.
It's not there.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of fiberglass.
See how happy you would be.
That's playing the long game, that.
Well, that's dedication to your cause.
That is the long game.
That was, and then it doesn't go well for this guy. He's like, oh, that was a bad idea. That beer's probably out of date.
By fucking 18 years.
Yeah, probably just a smidge. But I seen that and was just like, holy shit, what an absolute legend. Imagine just sitting there. It's like something stupid you do. Oh, see when we're leaving, like, see for our 20-year reunion, do you want to hide a joint in the wall and we'll come back and we'll smoke it all
a
together?
joint or something like that makes more sense to me, mind.
Than
a beer, like.
Would alcohol go bad? Because, you know, like wine and all gets better, and like scotch and everything gets better with
beers,
age.
Sure, like, I can't remember over the pandemic, there was a load of out of date beers by months. I mean, it gives you shit real bad, like.
Does it? My dad tried to fob off out of date beer on us. My dad has this thing. He's got to that age in life, you know, whenever like shit just goes out of date and you don't realise it. And you're like, Dad, this has been here for ages. Like my dad's the kind of guy. He bought a 24 crate of Coke, shouted at me because he thought I'd sneakily been drinking it, and was convinced that I robbed all these Cokes out of the thing, and it was meant to be for this, that, and the other. In 2 years, found him suitcase that he'd hid up the stairs.
Dickhead.
And I was like, sorry, can I get that right now?
That apology, please.
Fuck's sake.
Here, Louise and Candy, please go. Are you Kutsky on? Is he? Are you listening to the Kutsky show as well? If he is, right in on this Twitch, he has to come on the show. Because I've been talking to him, but get on, say you have to go on the NFT show. Both of you go for it.
Yeah, get him on. I seen him. I was gonna show you something mad here, but I seen something that kind of wind me up. Speaking of fucking dance music.
Wait, see, let me show you something. Speaking of dance music, I will ping it over to you.
Well, no, let me finish my trail of thought here, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen the thing that they're doing at DEF CON this year for the first time for Cepha?
No.
So you buy your DEF CON weekend ticket like normal, but if you want to see Cepha's show, you have to pay extra.
Right.
Now, no one's really clear on how this is being policed or whatever. You obviously have to go in, but he's on some stage that people are obviously going to go at, so how you can stop people. Like
they must be building a separate tent.
So I don't know what the crack is. I literally only seen this today, but whatever it is, the new rule of DEF CON, well, not the new rule of DEF CON, but whatever show Cepha's putting on or whatever's happening is you have to pay for this separately outside of your full weekend or your...
Do you know how much it is?
No.
That would be, like, if it's €10.
Oh, no, I would imagine
maybe to
imagine
pay... Has he got like
has
he got like a choirs or not choir?
It doesn't tell you what he's doing. It just says if you want to watch Cepha's show, pay. Again, I'm taking this from comments and shit. I didn't read too much into it.
That's pretty shit, that. Like.
Is this going to be the start of it? Like, oh, come and see all these. Because, you know, if it goes well, then other artists will go, well, here, fuck, I want a bit of that. Why the fuck? Why am I going to just sit here and take my fee when I could pay to have an entire stage where the people come just
like,
to watch?
Say for talk, say Creamfields. See if you just put Ben Nicky on a fucking tent down the bottom of a field and charge people a tenner in, you'd fill that tent, like. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So like artists like that would be like, well, I need a piece of that pie.
Yeah, and that's then going to be.
Cepha hasn't even really released much music.
He doesn't need to though.
But that's what I'm saying. Is that not what it's all about? Like.
It is, but he's took that style of music and has went complete. Like he's doing operatic concerts, live shows instead of just releasing tunes. Like I would say,
yeah, that's a lot of work.
You want to have a new Cepha tune every now and then, but again, he's sitting in. He is in a studio, but he's working with orchestras and getting all that shit down and whatever.
I like Cepha. Like anytime we've been around a good number of times. Like he's a fucking wee legend. Like, but
he's very clever.
He is, but that's wild to me. Listen, mate, at the end of the day, if he fills this...
Mate, see, at the end of the day, I've said to you as well, if we manage to be at a level where we could make an absolute killing on this, I would rinse it for 5 years and then I would stop and live happily off all the money. Why to think at the age of fucking what age is he now, 20 or something, 21?
Oh, he's older than that, surely.
Not really.
Search that.
I'll do it in a minute. But, like, well, he's in his 20s, right?
early 20s. Like.
So why would you not rake in all this money on doing these concerts and these shows whenever you're a hot shit right now?
But this is the thing. I don't think I think DEFCON would be taking the percentage of that because they're still building the fucking arena. It's still their thing, like.
But think about it. If someone says, I'm going to pay you $5,000 to come and play at DEFCON, or someone says, we're going to put up a stage show where you could make $50,000, but we want to take 25% of it, you're still making... You could go 50-50 with them, and you're still making more money from that one show than you would have if you were booked as an artist.
Not really, mate, because if he's got the orchestra and all, he has to pay all lemons. That's what I think the thing's about. If he's bringing if it's the orchestra show thing, he has to pay all lemons. DEFCON are probably like, I'm not paying them. We're not paying them.
Imagine orchestra people command the same fucking wage as what the DJs and shit do.
No, but there's a lot more of them. So let's say they all get €500 each.
Right, but it's not like he has a full orchestra. He has it's like 2 or 3 violinists.
See, I'm speaking from ignorance here because I've never seen his orchestra show.
No, it's only like a couple of people. It's not like a full fucking 50.
It's not like a way.
Remember
Brandon Hart done the fucking. Was it the climax anthem with a full orchestra?
Yeah.
And it was a
the full bells and whistles, literally.
We'll see us here. Speaking of orchestras and shit, this ties in really well. Turn it up. Talk about taking it to the next level.
That's good shit.
Isn't it? Like, I mean, you can be in a fucking band, a pipe band. It's here, man.
Have you seen the guys that do the acoustic guitar versions of all trance classics?
They're
class.
Really good.
But it's taking things like that there and just taking your...
Yes, because they're all in pipe bands where they have to pay to be in them. They're not making money. Yeah. Now they've just all of a sudden...
It's like the Multunes of the Shankill Road.
They've made a... You know what I mean? Like just fucking Clubland Classics. Away you go. Boom. I thought it was really fun and very good idea.
I'm going to share this because we all know, I'm sure over the last 48 shows I've at least once spoken about my love of interpretive dance. Yes? No? Earth to Jason.
Hold on. She says he said he's game and would do it in person. Said he's really busy at the minute with a baby.
That's alright. His story checks out 'cause that's what he's told us to.
That's exactly what he told us. We'll sort it out then. I would rather do it with him in person. Like.
That's it. 'Cause I've had a couple of people saying to me we haven't had many guests on. It's like, I know, but we would rather do it in person. You can do it over Zoom, but it's not as fun.
The Adaro one, especially if they're Dutch and all, the language barrier is quite hard when you're not in the room with them. Like.
Yeah. So it's a lot
like
more
we've
fun
talked
to do it in person.
Loads of people, and there's lots of. It's more our choice at the minute saying no, we'll just hold off. We want to do it right. Like there's
even local people, like we've invited them in, and when it's come to it, it's just been something's come up in life, and that's just it. Fucking things happen, and you can't hold it against people. So
we'll bring We Distorted on. Get We Distorted on. He's going to blow up in
distortion.
We Distorted. Or did I say it wrong? Did I? Damn. I like We Distorted. We'll get a date.
You said it wrong that time.
And I'm doing it on purpose. We'll get a date sorted for you.
Yeah, 100%. We'll get that locked in.
Right, let's go.
I'm gonna show you this. Right,
I'm liking this. The journey of an orgasm.
You're not gonna like this at all. So this video popped up on one of my socials. I don't know how, but it is the epitome of why I hate interpretive dance. Right. Because apart from her making a few undulating gestures of sex, none of this has got fuck all to do with anything. And if this is what happens to women when they're having an orgasm in their head, well, Jesus, we're actually torturing them, mate. And we should probably stop having sex with them. Because this is a form of fucking torture, in my opinion, if this is what's happening to you when you're having an orgasm. Like, I don't know about you, but you just kind of go, done. And that's it. That was fun.
They're different than us, mate.
Right.
I was listening to a thing earlier, this trans girl, that were doing like a Legion of Skanks were drawing her.
Yeah.
And she got chemically castrated, but she can still get hard and she can still come. And she says, see, when she's taking the female, so like, you know, way men ours is more intense for a shorter period of time.
Yeah.
So we come, boom, boom, boom. It's really intense for 30 seconds, gone. Women, it's not as intense, but it can last for 5 minutes, really.
Yeah.
She was saying, see, whenever she takes the female hormones, she comes like a man, but it lasts.
like a woman.
It fucking goes for ages and ages and ages. And I was like, bollocks is mad, but I didn't think if you got your balls cut off, you would be able to.
That's what I always wondered, because I made a joke in a call. I was like, once we have a second child, I'll definitely get the snip, like, because fuck having a third child.
See, that's
but
different,
then,
but that's.
No, but even if you get the snip, can you still shoot your load?
Yes. She still shoots her load, because these were banging on about asking. Bert Kreischer was on the show with him, and they were.
Is it real spunk?
But no, there's no sperm in it. But it's you know what I mean.
That's a dodgy road we're going to go down there.
Yeah, she got her balls completely cut off, so she's no balls. So whenever they were drawing her naked, they were like, it's like a wee bag with no balls in them, and then she had a hard dick, and like. You know what I mean? Like, see, to get hard on command. Now, she's a porn star. Like, they booked her to come in to do this bit. But she was like, she was able to get hard on command.
Yeah.
It feels weird saying she was able to get hard on command.
Yeah.
But, like, she, know what I mean?
That's
She
the world
looked
we
like
live
a
in.
fucking woman, like. And, but, mate, it was good to hear what she's saying. And she was like, no, I would rather be on top. So I want to go, see, whenever she's looking for hookups,
Aye.
she wants a husband and a wife who are kinky.
Right, okay.
And she wants to stick it in the husband's arse.
Right.
And I'm going like, there's not that many people out there, surely,
It's
from conservative Northern Ireland.
It's getting into a dangerous world.
It's interesting, but...
Did you not hear about the school over in England, the interesting thing? The teacher fucking pulled some wee girl about it, and the girl wasn't being rude, and the good thing is she recorded the video, or she recorded the conversation, so she didn't get herself skipped.
I seen it on TikTok, and I would listen to the first minute. She said, like, excuse me,
Yeah.
what was that? But I
So
didn't listen to it.
What the general gist was, a girl in her class said that she identified as a cat, and the girl who got told off,
That's where you lose me, like.
turned around and said, how though? Like, that's got nothing to do with gender. How can you be a cat? You're not a cat. You're a person. Like, you can't be. And the teacher went nuts at her and held her back after class. And then she was like, you're so ignorant. You're not trained. People can be whatever they want. It's like, I know, but you can't be a cat. That's all I wanted to know was how can she say that she feels like a cat? Like, how does that feel? And she's like, you're just ignorant. Yeah, and like try to get her fucked out of school and all for this. And you're like, well, that's like if Ruby went into school and some wee girl says I'm a cat, then I would like Ruby to say, okay, well, you're not being vile or vicious. Can you just please explain to me how you feel like a cat? Like, in what part do you feel like a cat? Do you want me to scratch your belly? Do you want to just fucking like rub around my leg a wee bit here and wave your tail?
See, that's where you lose me. Like, I don't care about anything
They're
else.
called
like,
they're
I
called
really don't, like.
furries. Apparently, people who relate as animals. And there
See,
was
I've
one
heard
school in
this.
America
See,
put
now
a
you
litter
say
box
that,
in the school toilets.
I've
A
heard
litter
that.
box,
That's
mate.
wild. Like, I've heard the name furries, but in my head, I was thinking it was a furry. As in, like, people were identifying as a furry.
A fairy?
Do you know what I mean? So now it makes more sense. I've heard it. But you lose me there. Like, see the rest of it, I don't care. I mean, it's either alright with me, I'm alright with you. It doesn't bother me. Like, and
that's it. Just let people do whatever the fuck they
do
want.
what you want to do.
Not, if you start ramming it down my throat and tell me I'm wrong, then okay, I'm going to come at you.
Getting teachers sacked and all for things like that. Right, let's watch this orgasm.
Yeah,
shit.
sorry. Back to this fucking moonbeam.
And then we'll go on and build more sex dolls.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. I've muted it. You need to get the full experience of this bitch. Oh, Facebook now muted me. For fuck's sake, Facebook, you're letting me down.
Of an orgasm. Step 1. You decide you want to participate in a activity that will result
This is the kind of wanker who would have a one-woman show to explain her life from birth to death and every gory detail in between.
Realize, I'm on my way. Step 3. You get pretty pumped that it's coming. Step 4.
What?
You
This
get
isn't even
so
dancing.
excited that it's on its way that you lose it. Where'd it go? Where'd you go? Where'd it go?
I'm lost for words.
It comes back, and now you know that it's coming. Oh, it's gonna get here. Mm-hmm.
What?
Step 6. You know.
I actually am so angry at this woman.
That feeling of anticipation. It's like you're on the top of the roller
Any ladies listening, let us know in the comments if this is what your orgasms are like.
Because I go, oh, gonna have cum?
What the fuck is this?
Almost there. No, seriously, I'm really almost there.
I've heard this before, like, nearly. Keep going.
I'm not prepared to go for another minute and a half with this bitch, but you get the general gist.
Yeah, no, I see what she's trying to do. She's just doing it very shittily. It is stupid, mate.
I hate interpretive dance. I fucking hate it so much.
What is that?
Interpretive dance.
No, but what is that? It's like
what she done.
It's like
that is interpretive
performance
dance.
art or
Yeah,
something.
that's what interpretive dance is. It's just whatever you feel makes the fucking world go round to whatever you're saying. You're like, fuck away off.
Headers.
What time is it? Oh, we're still good. Do you want to watch a guy getting his fuck bait in by a kangaroo? I seen this.
We've tried to get Pete to come on. Pete's a mate of ours, but he won't come on because he doesn't want people to see his ugly beak. We would have Pete on tomorrow, but he won't come on. He wants to use a voice changer, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So, listen, keep saying to him. I'm sure he'll come on.
Torture him.
But
he, at the moment, the identity wants to remain.
Yeah, he wants his identity to remain secret.
Yep.
Right.
So
let's go. What have you got for me?
What I remember from this video is some kangaroo tries to fucking buck this woman in a national park. And the boyfriend steps in, and then the kangaroo...
You touch my girl, bitch!
The kangaroo pretty much squares up to him. Like, it's not as good as other videos where the kangaroo actually beats the fuck out of him. Have you ever seen the guy who skydives in and the fucking kangaroos...
No.
He lands in a parachute in the middle of nowhere?
I've seen the one where the kangaroo grabs his fucking... the
the
dog by a headlock, because apparently a grab by a headlock will kill the dog that way. And your man just walks over and goes, bang, back in.
They're fucking units, kangaroos.
Mate, the kangaroo looks at him like, oh, I don't want none of that shit. Because your man catches him a full whopper. Like.
Fucking Facebook videos.
Why is your kangaroos just running about like that?
No, it's a tourist park where you can go in and see kangaroos. This is like a wee young male that's feeling horny. It's like the smell you love. It's like, hey, mate. Got to try and butt your missus, mate.
Like, see if that kicks you there, you're fucked.
Yeah.
See if that snaps that leg into your body, you are fucked.
That's him sizing you up there to get his distance.
Aye. Choke slam! I'm gonna choke slam this bitch.
Imagine they just lift it up.
Oh, there's a kicks. That's where the danger comes.
This kid comes in if he's gonna fucking do anything. All the birds are like, fight. It's like, you want some? I'll give it to you.
You want some? I'll give it you. You got no fans. Aye, that would be scary. Like, I would be shipping my trunks.
Fast forward. It just doesn't leave them alone.
I see after a couple of minutes you'll be raging like them kicks, mate. They're dangerous. Them leg kick.
The good thing is that the young ones, so it probably won't be as strong as a full adult, but yeah.
Punch him.
He looks like he's actually involved for this fight now. Your man's like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking smack you.
I ain't gonna do you in, you cunt. You know who my dad is.
I didn't watch the end of it though to see if he actually does strike him. Look how far he's literally walked him out. He's like, get out the fuck. Go on, out. You can't drink here anymore, lads. Fuck off. I'm going to fuck your missus and then send her out too. Then Janice comes in with a wee fucking eucalyptus leaf.
Janice comes in, fucking puts him in his place.
I thought there, I'll see if I can get the parachuting one. The parachuting one's fucking class. Kangaroos are nuts. Like, just in general, they're like rats in Australia and people are like, what the fuck? But we think they're cool as fuck because we don't see them.
It is a weird video there, Zorza. It really is. I would be shitting myself because of them kicks. Like,
oh, 100%.
I would be petrified because if they catch you in the stomach, like, you're fucking done. Like,
this guy's... It's how calm this guy is. Like, it makes me believe that this is not his first encounter with a kangaroo. Yeah. Like, this guy's just kind of like, come on, mate, fuck off.
Well, if he's Australian, I would...
Daily dose of internet. This person casually... gang of...
Oh, don't see, he's just parachuting
a gang of
down.
kangaroos.
lands in the middle of nowhere and some kangaroo just comes out of left field and beats his fucking.
What's up, Skip? Hey, fuck off! Fuck off! Go away!
The fact he tries to be nice. Oh, what's happening? Oh, fuck off! Fuck off!
Kangaroos.
Oh, he is. He's calm as you like her.
Oh, goddamn kangaroos!
Oh.
I don't think this is going to be any more kangaroos. Fuck this guy.
Find the one there with your mom punching it. Because I think the kangaroo's face is just like, what?
Well, this is taking a good old turn.
That's
it.
it.
Here.
We're all.
What? Did you ever remember the video of your man chasing his dog? Because it's chasing after cows. It's just like, Steve! 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 You wee cunt! Steve! I'll see if I can get
Looking
that
forward
after.
to seeing Max on a board. When, to our horror, it turns out to be something else altogether.
Oh no!
I so they're boar hunting.
Whoa, go, go!
This is so fucking funny. Like the kangaroo, like was like, nah, I don't want none of that shit.
It's not as it seems. The big buck actually has hold of the dog, not the other way around. As Greg runs in, we realise this could get dangerous.
This, like that could kill his
This
dog.
is true Australians. They're like, they don't give a fuck. We're like, oh, so
This
scared
is,
of the outback. He just puts his hands up straight away.
Kangaroo's like, nah, I don't want none of that shit.
What just happened? Did he hit me? I wasn't even ready.
I'm not sure what's going on here, but the
That's
root
so
has
funny.
the dog.
Let's see it again. It's going
Not the other way around. Max calmly waits for
Go
his
on.
owner to come and help.
It's how quick he
The
just
buck
throws
root
his hands up to
sees
take
the
him.
odds
I know.
stepping against
He
him,
knows, but
tries
because
to
that's
grab
what
the
they
dog
are.
With his claws, one last
Look, see out
time.
there, like that.
Yeah.
His powerful arms anchor the dog by the breastplate as Max doubles his efforts to escape. Finally, the Roo switches his attention to Tonks and sizes up the human to be his next victim.
Like straight into the
Tonks
stand.
gives the kangaroo
Take
his
a shit,
space,
cunt.
but the cranky buck comes forward, ready to attack. To save himself, he launches a right hand to the kangaroo's snout. The punch
I know,
swivels
he-
the Roo's head as he throws his claws
Right
out
in the
to
nose.
grapple and gouge.
Yes, he
Then
wibbles his head
they
there. I
eye
say, what
each
the fuck
other
was
off.
that?
Tonks makes the right decision again and backs off, leaving the buck
That's 'cause it's
stunned
not- he
as
wasn't
the
prepared
what has
for
just taken place.
Like anytime you see
continues
kangaroos
to-
fighting, they always seem to like the both of them get ready and then attack. But he's just been like,
So
nah.
funny that he wasn't expecting it at all.
Where's the fucking? Oh, we'll see if I can find this.
Do you know a video I seen the other day on TikTok and made me laugh so much? Do you ever remember? It was, I'm in me mum's car, broom broom, and then Ma goes, get out me car.
No.
It's so stupid.
Fenton, that's his name, not fucking Steve. Oh. Is this the original one? Yeah. Sorry, I thought I could pretend that was me, but it's not going to let me skip it. So fucked up. This, I remember this from 11 years ago. This was fucking top quality. This is like back when you were in school. Everybody had this on their phone to show people.
I the fucking Walkman.
So good.
Dear.
Can you see? Have you never seen this? It's amazing. Some guys obviously just looking at deer, and some other guys lost it though.
Fuck, look how much deer there is.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Benton!
Traffic.
Find Fenton, the official book.
You go stick in.
It's just so good. Like you just
I'm
go.
in me mum's car.
Oh fuck.
This went viral too. It was so funny.
That Fenton video just fucking
Oh,
done it
is
for me.
it? No, this one.
This one.
It was only short.
I'm in my mum's car. Broom, broom. Get out my car. Aw. I'm in my mum's car. Broom, broom. Get out my car. Aw.
Fucking hell, it makes me laugh so much.
Really? Wow. I was hoping for a bit more out of
It's
that
the
one.
first day of Vine or something, and you can tell her ma was like, "He's going with this. It's going to be so funny, mate." We're singing loads of
Well, here,
tunes and all.
look how much you were laughing at. Like it clearly fucking worked for you. Oh my goodness.
Is any users in the chat remember that video?
Flip
I'm
her
in
over
my
there.
mum's car. Broom, broom.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe you made me fucking watch that.
Oh, mate. I watched it about 5 times on TikTok when it popped up the other day.
Oh, mate. just as a fucking remembrance.
Aye, fucking so funny. Like,
but see how far videos have come as well. Like, do you ever remember the guy who's singing that Maya he, Maya ho? Like that guy, or the guy who done the fucking lightsaber videos and all. Like, they were just dicks messing about in their room. They got famous over a viral video, and now it's like production quality.
Yeah.
People doing shit pranks that you know have clearly been set up. What about your wee man fucking Wizzy on TikTok? Have you seen this guy?
No.
Some wee kid. So it's his TikTok craze. He's been arrested and shit.
Have you seen
and his craze is that he's breaking into people's houses and all, and like doing all this mad shit, and he's been ordered not to do it by a judge. And you're like, well, is this where we're going now? People are just like, I'm gonna break into your house for a law.
I've seen that. Have you seen the wee man on TikTok, mate? He's about maybe Jackson's age, doing the production.
No.
Mate. He goes, I need to add a wee bit of reverb, put some more sustain on this snare. Boom, and then he's got this wee fucking house track kick. I mean, it's class.
Are you raging, are you?
Oh, I'm raging. I was doing that when I was fucking 10. Well, obviously, we had a big announcement. And what I want to say is, regarding Phase 2, it is sad. I know. But
been a few rumours swelling about that.
There has, because we've been making a lot of softer music and going to do another alias to release that and that. And yes, the rumours. Well.
Yeah, will we show the folks?
Yeah, we'll show them.
Here you go, guys.
You know what? I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. Yep.
I'm not fucking leaving.
That'll put those rumours to bed. Kick the Funk will be out real soon.
See you next week, guys.
Peace.
Phase 2.